Hi friends, last week we have completed the integer data type and the none data type. Today we are going to discuss the float data type. Float data type. Float data type is a combination of integral data and fractional part. Fractional data. Fractional data means A is equals to 12.0341. Is that 12 is the integral part and point 345 is the fractional part. If you give the print the A means it will give the 12.345. If you want to print the type of A, try to execute the save the file and try to execute the divide. We got the 12.345 and class is float. First one, it is a, it includes, includes integral data and fractional data. And this float is a immutable data type. If you take that 345 and B A is equals to 345 and B is equals to A is equals to 12.345 and B is equals to 12.345, C is equals to 12.345. If you print that A and B and C and its type also, type and ID also. Sorry, this one type is type of C, print ID of C. First one is float. Oh, sorry, I forgot to print that ID of the A. Print of ID of A. CLS. That same ID for the three variable. We got the same ID 9136, 9136 and 9136 for the ABC objects. ABC reference object at 12.345. It is a immutable object. Float is an immutable object. If you try to, if you take, if you take one value A is equal to 12.1, if you try to make the changes or modification to that number, print, and again modify that A is equal to A plus 10, and again print. If you try to print this output, 12.345, first value is class is float, is the float type. ID is 4784. Again, we are modifying the data 12.345 to we are adding the 10. It will getting that 22.345. We got the float is a data type only, but ID is changed 4560. Again, we are adding one more 10 to that number, previous number 22.345. We got the 32.345. Class is float and again it is again ID or address is changed. Immutable objects are, I already told that in empty object, immutable objects means, objects means, objects means we cannot change the, cannot change its content. If we trying to change the content through that changes, it going to create, through the changes, it going to create new object. Syntax are example of float. Some a is equals to 10.05 print a, print of type of a, and if you want to print id also, print of id of a. We got the, copy this one and paste in here. One more example is, if you're trying to change the object a equals to a plus 10, print a, again print type of a, again print id of a. Again we are going to modify that a equals to a plus 10. If we're trying to execute the program, we got the three numbers 10.05, 20.05 and 30.05. We got the three IDs 2144, 1920, 1888. If you take the, if you take the A is equals to 10.5, 10.05, B is equals to 10.05, C is equals to 10.05. If you're going to print C, 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 D, D, D. We got that 10.05, 10.05, 10.05. ID is also same. Values and ID is also same. In this immutability nature, that same object is referring to the three variables like a comma b comma c are referring to the same object 10.05. Next data type is complex data type. Sorry, complex data type. It includes First, before going to the definition, complex data type will be look like something like x is something like a variable, like variable name equals to some real part, and it is the first part is the real part, second part is the imaginary part with j, ending with j. Like this, we are going to write that complex values. Sorry guys, I'm right here. Syntax of complex variable declaration. This is the syntax of complex variable declaration. Variable name is equals to first one is a real part, second one is a imaginary part, and it is a j. J is a must and should. We have to give that. This complex data type is used in the scientific and mathematical applications. It is a combination of combination of real real part and imaginary part to represent data in a complex type. We use the have to use the following syntax. First one, it is a combination of real part and imaginary part. Syntax is equals to variable name is equals to a plus bj. Example like where a is real part, real part, where b is imaginary part. Example like a is equals to something 10, 100 plus 200j or 20j. Print a and type of a, print id of a. Sorry friends, if you try to execute that file, we got that 100 plus 20j is a data and type is complex type. We got the ID is 3920, address is 3920. In in complex numbers, in complex data type or complex numbers, if want to we want to retrieve the real and imaginary part data, we are going to we are going to use the to we are going to use the following example, following below example. Example like suppose a is equals to 100 plus 20j, 100 plus 20j, print a and print type of a. If you want to retrieve the real and imaginary part, if you take that A, that data type name is not real. If you want to print the type also, type of A dot real, print A dot image, print type of A dot image. We got that 100 plus 20j class is complex. We got the real part as 100.o. Type is float. The imaginary part as 20.o. Type is float. Second example. In complex numbers, we are able to provide provide sorry friends, P is equals to 10 plus 20j. What type of values we can take in the place of real and imaginary part? If we have to check that. If we try to take the integer values and print that value, we got the output. If you try to take that float, if you try to take that float and print this value, we got that one also. If you try to take that number system representations like 0B111 and this one 0 0 O 1 2 3. We got the syntax error invalid after let well. I think in place of this one, we can take that some we got that 15 plus 20, 15 plus 12j. If we take that 34 also, 12.34 also, we got this one also. In conclusion, we have observed that in complex numbers, we are able to we are able to provide we are able to provide int comma float as a real part and imaginary part, but but by default they will take float as a values. We have observed that if suppose take that a is equals to 10, suppose a is equals to 10 plus 20j, if we take a and a dot real and print a dot image, suppose print this value, we got that 10 dot o, 10 dot 0 and 20 dot 0. Like in by default it is getting that float values only. Another example of 10.23 plus 23.45. If we try to print, we got this one 10.23, 23.45, and this output. That next point is in complex numbers. In complex numbers, we are able to provide real values using the any number system. Any number system. Yes, number system like binary, octal, decimal, and hexadecimal. But but imaginary values only in decimal number system. Example like sorry. Example like A is equals to 0 B 111 plus 0 O 123. Print A and print A dot real, print A dot image. This one J, I forgot J here. If we take instead of oct X hexadecimal, see this one is octal literal, invalid hexadecimal literal. If you take place of X, you take B, invalid digit 2 in the binary literal. If you take in this 1010, we take like this invalid binary literal. If you take like decimal 111 is the answer, we got the 15 plus 11J. Internally, this binary number system is converting from binary number system to integer decimal number system. Then it is taking the decimal to floating, giving that float value. See, if we try to execute one more time, we got the 15 plus 11J is the answer for the complex number. We got the 15.20 and 11.0. We got real and imaginary part. Put is that's all, friends. If you like my content and my explanation, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any doubts, please comment on my in my channel.